What's up, everyone? If you're in this group, then you should be able to see me. I'm just going live in here instead of on my wall, so I don't bombard random strangers with all this information. So I just wanted to say welcome to this class. I guess we'll call it a class. There's going to be units. Eventually I'm going to get organized in this group. But for now, videos are the easiest way for me to get information across to you guys because I don't have a lot of time. Everything's like in 2-hour windows. So the baby just went to sleep. Nanny's got her. And I'm ready to roll. So for starters, if you guys saw the pin post, no negativity, no drama, no, I don't want to hear like, oh, I can't, no excuses, I can't do it because my upline sucks. I don't want to hear any of that garbage. If you talk to anybody that I've ever mentored, I ignore all complaints. Like, I am the worst person to talk to about problems. So if you have team drama or whatever, like I just tell people, like, just ignore it. Don't even pay any attention to it. If you pay attention to it, it grows. And something weird happens in network marketing. It's like you revert back to high school where people start forming cliques and you have sidelines and uplines and downlines and all these different variables and different people. So my advice going into this is don't get distracted by the social relationships that you're going to make. And you may be saying, well, I only got 2 people on my team, so there's no drama. We're close. Fine. But when you get to 10,000 people on your team, it's a whole different ball game. So, of course, we're going to start from the beginning and work our way up to having a massive team so that you guys know what to do every step of the way. So starting out, my best advice is just stay focused. Don't get distracted. Put your blinders on and truly believe that you can do this. I mean, that is literally 99% of the biggest issue that anybody has to success. It takes me 5 minutes to talk to somebody and I can figure out already why they haven't succeeded yet. And 9.9 times out of 10, it's because the person doesn't believe that they can succeed. And usually people don't believe that they can succeed because they never have before. So it's kind of like uncharted territory. And also they grew up in a society that is very much conducive to failure. In my mind, in my opinion, I guess. Failure to me is being stuck in the rat race. It's being on a perpetual cycle of not having any control of your life. It's having to clock in and out of a job that you hate every single day. Maybe some of you like your job, fine, that's cool. I'm not going to bash jobs, but if you hate what you're doing and you're doing it just because you have to pay the bills, that's being stuck in the rat race. If you are sold on the idea you have to work for 50 years of your life in order to have your freedom, these are the mental things that we put in our head, and we think that we have to do them in order to finally have our piece of freedom. And I'm here to tell you your piece of freedom is a lot closer than you think. So mindset is going to be a very big part of this. But just in the beginning, new affiliates that are coming on board, maybe you're brand new. Doesn't matter if you're brand new or not. Yes, this is going to be kind of mentorship style, so I'm going to be talking through a lot of these things, but we also have to learn some skills. We got to learn some marketing. We got to learn some sales. We got to learn how to navigate our back office, where we're going to set up our auto ship, why we're going to set up our auto ship, all that good stuff. So we're going to start with that. So Josh did a new affiliate training not that long ago, and I was supposed to be on it, but the baby was 2 weeks old and there was just no way. It was like everything imploded right at the time it was time to go live. So now we're 5 weeks in and it's a little bit better. But if you haven't done so already, if you haven't navigated or even logged into your back office yet and you're brand spanking new, let's say this is day 2 or you've never done network marketing before, I'm going to be talking about, obviously, HempWorx and MBC. I'm not going to teach you how to navigate another company's back offices. I don't know how to do that. I'm not in another company. So everything I say is going to be pertaining to our network marketing company. So if you're coming from another company, just keep that in mind. You're not going to be able to find what I'm referencing if you're not in our company. If you're not in our company yet, then I suggest you join with somebody that's in the comments in this thread if you haven't joined yet, or join whoever invited you to this group. Or if you haven't joined and you don't know who you want to join, I'm building a position for my sister. So if you want to join my sister, you can. I'm going to teach her how to do network marketing too. It's funny because all my family is joining, but they're the last people to join, which is one of the lessons I talk about later on, which is go after your cold market. I always believe go after your cold market first. A lot of network marketing trainers, they start with your warm market, but I find that's where you have the most resistance. So I go to my warm market after I've already succeeded. So that way I can prove everything that I'm saying, because otherwise people just look at you like you got a third eye. All right, moving right along. So in the beginning, right, we got to talk about our back office. If you're brand new to My Daily Choice or HempWorx, you got to get familiar with your back office. When you sign up, you register a username and a password. Sounds pretty basic. You get emailed logins. Go to your logins. That's going to be in your email. Log in, and then go to the settings section, which is the upper right-hand corner. I would do a screen share video, but I don't need to because there's already videos in there. If you go to the training tab, which is on your left, and keep in mind we're getting a new website. It'll be unveiled at convention, and it'll make life a lot easier for a lot of us, for sure. Ordering is going to be simplified times a million, and our back office is going to be all redone too. But for now, this is the directions on how to use the website. So for now, go to the training tab, and this seems redundant. I've said it so many times before, but under training, it actually says like intro to your back office. So if you need help navigating, watch that video. My style of mentorship is I'm just going to point you to where you need to go. I'm not going to try and recreate a lot of training that's already there. So if you haven't done that yet, then that's what you got to start with. You got to go to the training tab, and watch all those videos in there. Watch the Escape Your Matrix videos if you haven't yet. Those are going to be good. We're going to be talking about a little bit different stuff in this class, so it's not going to be too redundant. So you do want to watch them so we can build kind of off of that. You need to know where your website is. First and foremost, I believe ignorance on fire gets you way more sales than knowledge on ice. So if you're new and you're like, oh, I got to learn everything first, or no, don't even worry about learning everything first. What you want to do is first get excited and then make a list of as many names as you can possibly think of. Go to your phone and your contact list, go to your Facebook page, whoever you can think of. It doesn't matter if you have a really great relationship with them or not. It doesn't matter if you think they're going to buy or not. We're going to circle back around to them later, and I'll teach you how to talk to each person on your list based on their personality or your level of involvement in that relationship. So find your website. Your website's going to be under my website. If you go to training and you watch the intro to back office, it tells you that. Learn where your contact manager is. You need to know that because this is where you're going to follow up with your leads that come in through your website. So I'm a big believer in leveraging the marketing system. I don't do a lot of three-way calls like I haven't in a long time. Now, I'm not saying they're not good. They are good. They're definitely helpful. They're a lot harder to train somebody else to get good at them, though. So usually you have your one leader that has, a bigger team, and they can do all the three-way calls. They're experts. They've already been in network marketing for a long time. So you're leveraging that upline for these three-way calls, but you can build this business without it. And I think a lot of people are relieved to find out that you don't have to spend your whole life on the phone, which is nice, because if I have a crying baby or whatever, like I'm not hopping on a call, like I'll just chat with you online, or I'm going to point you to a tool, right? So know where your contact manager is, because you're going to have to follow up with people. And I don't mean follow up with them as in obsessively message them until they buy from you. I just mean reach out to them once in a while and see how they're doing. Build that relationship. Look at it like it's your relationship manager, more than contact manager. Let's call it a relationship manager. You want everybody to go in there because paper is great, but it's really awesome to have it digitally so you never lose anything. And you can log in from your cell phone, so you always have it with you. Also, the My Daily Choice app, which I believe we're changing it soon, is also going to have your contact manager. You're going to be able to log in through the app and connect that way too. Next, you want to know where your earnings is, because if you're recruiting people, you want to know how you're going to get paid. You want to set up your direct deposit information if you're in the US, or you're paying your card, whatever payment method you choose. Make sure you set that up, because a lot of times people are like, why didn't I get paid? It's like, did you put a payment method in there? Make sure you put your payment information in there. And then, of course, set up your auto ship. If you're not on auto ship, then your team's not going to be on auto ship. And basically, auto ship is just a subscribing and saving method. Basically, Amazon does it. If you buy toilet paper on Amazon, it asks you if you want to buy a one-time purchase or if you want to subscribe and save. So auto ship works the same way. And the reason you want to do that is because then you know you're always going to be qualified, are active in the business. So if you do recruit a whole bunch of people, which that's the goal here, and you don't have your auto ship or you didn't place your order, you're not going to end up getting your commission. So this business does cost money to run. It is a business. In fact, I'm in the process of opening a salon right now. The projected amount it's going to cost me is probably between $100,000 and $200,000 to open this salon. So if it's going to cost you $200 a month about to run your business in My Daily Choice, just keeping it real. So if you're looking for other people, other business partners that are not going to be afraid of that, you can tell them they can come in at $69. They can be a builder. They can do that every month if they want. However, it's your obligation as their enroller to teach them why they should become an executive as fast as possible. And the reason why is because you make 50% right off the bat if you're an executive. So do you want to get paid twice as much for half of the work, or do you want to just work super hard and get paid less? So that's the way I look at it. A lot of people that sign up as director or builder always want to end up upgrading to executive later on, and they find out there's no way to upgrade. You have to just buy an executive pack, or you have to have enough in personal volume to compensate for that volume to be an executive. So the bigger the better right off the bat is the way to go. For me personally, I joined My Daily Choice in 2014 as an affiliate, and I could only buy sprays because HempWorx didn't exist yet. So it cost me $300. I got 20 sprays and I was an executive. And my first week paycheck was $3,600 because I recruited about 36 people in my first 7 days. So I made $100 commission on everybody because I got them all to get executive packs for the sprays. So I tell people that. And that way your business, I feel like, grows much faster, and then everybody's teaching to buy executive packs. You don't have to if you're super broke. I'm just saying, if you can, do it. All right, so that's the basics of back office, my website, contact manager, earnings, auto ship payment options, your placement tool. So anytime I recruit anybody brand new, I make sure they know where their placement tool is, because I feel like this confuses people, especially if you're brand new and you're talking to them about legs, and it can be confusing, especially with our compensation plan. What it's called is a hybrid unilevel binary. I feel like Josh just invented this. I don't know. A unilevel is the type of compensation plan that incentivizes you to compete against everybody in your team. Okay. There's a $1 billion company, network marketing company. They have a unilevel compensation plan. It's great if you want to make quick money or money off of your own personal referrals. It's not great if you're trying to build a long-term residual income, which is because it's not conducive to team building. So the unilevel part of the comp plan basically is just your own personal recruits. So if I refer myself, or let's say I sign up Gail, I sign up Clancy and Denise and Kim, I'm looking at the comments. Okay, you guys are all my front line. I just signed you up. I'm getting paid in the unilevel because you're all my front line. That's going to be paid on the weekly check, right? So we put a binary in place, which is monthly. So when you hear binary, think monthly. You hear unilevel, hear weekly. All right, so when we say we have a hybrid unilevel binary, it means we get paid weekly and monthly. So hopefully that makes sense. So all your initial first orders get paid in the unilevel in the weekly jump starts. And then monthly is the second order and beyond. So all your auto ship reorders or your second orders, they try it the first month, you get that quick cash on Thursday. They ordered the next month, then you get paid on your binary check. Okay. So we have the best of both worlds. So that way you can build a long-term residual income. That's going to be your big monthly check, right? And then you can also build quick cash just based on going and getting sales yourself. So in our compensation plan, we pay you 10 levels, up to 10 levels. Of course, the higher your rank, the more levels unlock. And of course, there's a bunch of different ways to get paid. You get leadership check matching, which is insane. Most companies do not do that. Most companies that do have it, they cap it. We don't cap it. And the monthly binary, you can make up to $1 million a month just in the binary. I make big, large portion of my income is my binary check and my leadership check matching. Those are the two things. In the beginning, when you're brand new, your biggest income is going to be coming from your weekly checks. As your business matures, your money's coming from the binary. All right. So it's important to build both legs. And what that means is you have two teams going at the same time. So back to your placement tool. If you look to your dashboard, it literally says placement tool. Click that. When you're brand new, make sure it's set to alternate. Now, there are certain teams out there that swear just to build one leg. I'm here to tell you they're full of crap and they're wrong. And that always burns out and doesn't work out in the end. Just keeping it real. So if you think you can come in here and build one leg and it's going to be great, maybe short term, but you're going to have a hard time making those big residual checks in the future. You want to have a balanced position. That's the best way you can do is build one person every other leg. So set that thing to alternate. And the only reason you would want to mess with it in the future is, let's say your right leg is like out of control. You got 50,000 in volume on your right leg and your left leg has 2 or 100 in volume. Then you're going to want to switch it to your left side. So that way you can build that leg. Now, some of you ended up in a position that may be attached to a power leg. What does that mean? A power leg means there's a lot of people already on one leg. So if you end up on a leg like that and you log into your back office for the first time and you have one leg that has a lot of volume, it means you ended up on a power leg. That's nice. That's cool. However, when I joined the company, both of my legs said 0 because there was nobody else in the company yet. So you can build it whether you're on a power leg or not. That doesn't even matter. So don't let that bother you. If you log in and both sides say 0, set it to alternate, and then just leave it there for a little while until we get some momentum. You may get like a rock star on your left leg. Like, let's say you recruit somebody that's awesome, that knows exactly what they're doing, and then you start getting volume down that leg. You can switch it. So before you enroll your next person, you can switch it to either left or right if you want to position them in a certain way. The advantage of that is some people will put if they only know 2 rock stars in their whole life, they may want to put 1 on each leg. So in that situation, you would change the placement tool right before they enroll so that you can put them on 1 on each leg. Before I enrolled Judy Stallings, I changed my leg and I put her on my weak leg, okay? Because I already had, my left leg was already kind of growing. I had Sonia on my left leg and her team. I had Canada when Canada was going. South Africa I had going on that leg. And then on my weak leg, I had nobody. So I put Judy Stallings on that leg. I put Megan Schudark on that leg. I started recruiting. I started doing these mentorship videos and that kind of thing with my team. And it balanced itself out. Now, fast forward to today, I have a completely balanced organization. And I don't do any recruiting now. I don't do anything. This is truly residual income. I don't do anything except for this video that I'm doing now to help you guys now. And my check grows every single month, whether I recruit anybody or not. I don't know very many companies that can truly say that works out for them. Usually when you stop building, your check stops. In this situation, the product is so good that once people buy it, they just buy it no matter what. I feel like they're just going to buy it whether you talk to them or not. So I don't know. We have a perfect storm of product and compensation, I feel like. So anyway, moving right along, I'm not going to get too in depth with the comp plan right now, just because this is like our welcome video. I'm just covering a few basic topics just right off the bat. The 4x4 model, if you guys haven't heard that yet, somebody was confused about this last time I spoke about it, and I said, go get 4 people, like just keeping it simple. Go find 4 people that want to enroll. That's your first goal as a new affiliate, find 4 people. And if your leg is set to, or your placement tool is set to alternate, then that means it's going every other leg, right? So you can have 2 people on your left and 2 people on your right. That's 4 people total. That doesn't mean that you don't get paid until you have 4 people. You get paid off 1 person if you have 1 person. You get paid immediately after you enroll somebody. Well, not immediately, but a week later. So, but the 4x4 model is the easiest way to understand just your first basic goal. That's your first goal. Get 4 people and then teach those 4 people to get their 4 people. And then if everybody's alternating, then if you do that through 10 levels, you have 1 million people in your team. I don't have 1 million people in my team. I have not achieved 10 levels of 4x4 yet. My position is still a super affiliate, and it's not a master affiliate yet. Like, I have to recruit more people in order to get to master affiliate, but it's making enough money without having to even rank advanced. So if you stick to the 4x4 model, like even if you only get to 4 or 5 levels down that, you're going to be making pretty good income. So that's why we say to just do it that way. Makes it a lot easier. The next thing we're going to kind of go over is your method of advertising. So anytime I mentor somebody brand new, I say, do you prefer to work online or offline? Most people say, I want to do this online, because they imagine the laptop lifestyle. They imagine going to the beach. If you look at our HempWorx affiliates, they're always on vacation, you guys. I swear, they're either buying new cars, new houses, or on vacation. Like my news feed is full of everyone on vacation all the time. It's awesome to see this. But if you build online, then you have the ability to do that. If you're building offline, you can still do that. You just have to be good at making new relationships fast if you're going to be traveling or living your best life or whatever. Talk to people anywhere you stop or wherever you go. You can do both. And the concepts are very much the same, online and offline. I prefer online just because I am kind of antisocial, and when I'm out in public, I don't want to talk to anybody. I talk to people so much throughout the day that I don't want to talk to anyone in real life. I talk to my baby, and I talk to my husband and my kids. So it's up to you. Where do you feel comfortable talking to people? If you're like super introverted and you're like, I don't want to talk to anyone, or you're afraid to post on social media, we have to get through that first. That's step 1. If you're afraid of what people are going to like judge you or how they're going to feel about you posting online, I'm here to tell you that network marketing does not work if you're in the witness protection program. If you are joining a network marketing company and you immediately go into witness protection mode, where you're like trying to protect your reputation because, oh my God, what if they find out you're an MLM? That's step 1. You got to get over that right away. You have to be proud that you're a network marketer. For me, like, I'm so proud of it. Like, I have no shame at all. I love when I'm around negative people that talk crap about network marketing, because I look at their lifestyle and I look at my lifestyle, and I know for sure that what they do for a living cannot give me the lifestyle that I have now. So MLM is awesome. And I know a lot of network marketers, and a lot of them have really great lifestyles. So if anybody's bashing it to you, just don't even listen to them, because they don't probably have what you have in life or where you're going to be going in life. So don't listen to any negativity about that. Be proud. Don't be in witness protection. This is a business, right? So you can't start a business if you're not planning to advertise. I'm going to start a salon, so I'm going to be doing some traditional marketing and network marketing to make all this a success. I have to get my name out there, right? I have to promote it. I have to talk to people. If you start any business, like if you want to start a dog walking business, if you want to start whatever business you can think of that you've always wanted to start, just imagine your network marketing business is a regular business. And if you do that, then you know that you have to promote it in order for people to find you. How else are people going to find you, right? So online or offline, social media, I'm a big, huge believer of target marketing. That solves 90% of your problems when it comes to online marketing. If you can first identify who you are, what you're all about, and the things that interest you, then you don't have to become somebody you're not. Okay? So when I was an insurance agent, I had to dress up every day. I lived in Palm Springs. I had to wear long sleeves in the summer, and I had to go door to door, and I had to hustle, like literally hustle. I had to knock on strangers' doors, and hopefully they will let me in so I can sell them some insurance, life insurance. Not even that, final expense insurance, which is like, you're going to die. You're 89 years old. Do you want to buy insurance for me? The hardest sale you can possibly imagine. Okay? But I had to get myself out there. But I also had to pretend to be somebody that I wasn't. I had to be extra professional. I had to cover all my tattoos. I had to wear makeup every single day. I had to get up at a certain time every day. I had to work a certain amount of hours every day. All these things, I had to change who I was naturally in order for it to work. Well, in network marketing, you don't have to do that. I think that's the best thing about it, is you can succeed exactly how you are right now. If you are somebody that wants to wear their pajamas every day, you can do that and you can succeed. If you want to come to convention wearing shorts and flip-flops, by all means, come do that. Because if that's how you feel comfortable, then do that. Robert Hollis, he's never going to show up in a suit at convention. I'm just going to tell you that right now. He's going to wear a Tommy Bahamas t-shirt. He's going to wear khaki shorts, and he's going to wear flip-flops. And that's how he's going to come to convention. And he's one of our most successful affiliates. So in this profession, you don't necessarily have to reinvent who you are on that level. But there's a caveat. Many of us are still stuck in society mode, and we have to change our personalities a little bit, because some of our personalities are not conducive to relationship building, and some of our negative self-talk stops us from becoming the best version of ourselves. So we will change ourselves on that front. But as far as the things that you love and the things you're interested in and the things that make you feel like fired up and passionate, those things all stay the same. If your dream life is to be on the beach and surf, or, I don't know, raise baby kangaroos, or, I don't know, people have the craziest dreams. Whatever that is, you don't have to change. My wish for you is to go congregate with people that all want the same thing that you want. So if you're like a new mom, like me, like I've just became a new mom again. I feel like I'm starting over. My youngest is almost 9. So it's like almost 10 years gap between my kids' ages. I'm going to go join mommy groups, right? I'm breastfeeding, so I'm going to go like join the little lactation circles or whatever, the breastfeeding groups. This is like pertinent to my life right now. It wasn't a few months ago. Like a few months ago, I was completely different. So whatever is happening in your life, like maybe you're a cannabis lover, maybe you're only a CBD lover, maybe you're a THC lover, whatever the things are that fire you up, go hang out with people that are also into those things as well. Okay. If you're a movie buff and you want to go to a meetup group, or that you guys just go watch a movie a month, or a book club, or whatever, those things that you love to do, if money were not an option, or like an issue or an obstacle, go congregate in those groups. If you are congregating in those groups, it's so easy to make friends. And network marketing is all about just making friends. Period. That's it. Like, hey, you're into mountain climbing? Me too. Oh, what do you do for a living? I'm in the cannabis industry. You hit it off, and now you're building your list, right? Okay, so that's target marketing. Target marketing is finding the things that you're all about, the things that you love, and then congregating, putting yourself into positions where you're with other people that are like-minded. That's it. Now, you can do that offline easily. you can do it online even easier. Why is it easier? Because you can just search for these groups on Facebook. Facebook has lots of groups. Twitter has lists. They also have groups. Social media is so easy because you just search for these groups and you can join them and you can build relationships that way. Some people are freaked out about talking to strangers online. Don't be. It's very easy to make friends online. We can go into depth on that as well. Keep it real. Don't force the lifestyle. I hate when people are like so over the top with the hype. That's so unnecessary. I didn't have any hype at all building my business. People knew I was broke and I was not like trying to hide it. I wasn't like, oh my God, look how successful I am, when I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. And I think some MLMers give off a bad vibe for the industry that focus on that. And it's totally not about that at all. It's about the lives that you're changing. It's about the goals that you are wanting to accomplish. It's about the people that you're going to help along the way. For me, I was like, who cares what my dreams and goals are? Who cares what my house looks like? Who cares what my car looks like? I'm here to help you succeed. You tell me what your goals are. And as soon as I could get the goals out of my people, that was my focus. That was my whole vision, was just helping them get to their goals. If I got them to their goals, I already hit mine. Easy. So I think, too often we are building our vision boards and our dream boards and we're like, what do I want? Me, and all this stuff. Great. Yes, you should do that. And then you should kind of set it aside. And then you should go talk to people and figure out what do they want and then work with them on getting what they want. And as soon as you get what they want, they get what they want, you automatically have what you want. It's kind of like having a baby right now. Like, I can't just leave my house. Like before, I used to be able to just leave my house, like just get dressed, put my makeup on. It took me forever to put my makeup on, and I just took my time, and then I would just leave the house. Well, now that I have a baby, the baby comes first, right? I got to get her ready. I got to make sure her diaper's changed. I got to make sure she's fed, make sure all this stuff, she's first. And then if I got time left over, then I'll get myself together. As you can tell, she got ready today and I didn't. So it's kind of like network marketing. You got to get your babies situated before you get yourself situated. And if you get them situated, your income's going to go through the roof. So take care of your people first and the rest follows. So we're going to go into depth on that method of advertising, how to use social media, how to target your market, how to refine that list, because many of us are collecting friends like it's going out of style on Facebook, and we're just like creating this vault of like random people. That is not a good idea for network marketing. I think what you want to do is honestly delete people. You want to get rid of people that don't need to be there and consistently add new people. Fresh blood. I tell people all the time, your Facebook page needs dialysis. Literally, you got to get rid of the old blood and you got to put new blood in there every single week. You got to do that. I still have not maxed out my friends list because I'm picky. I'm like, who do I really want to be friends with? And I don't have time to look at everybody's profile. But if I go to somebody's profile and they look like, I feel like that person is true to my heart, like we could be soul sisters or whatever. Most of my friends are women. Then I'm going to add that person. You know what I'm saying? Not just like, oh my God, we're a new acquaintance. Bam, friends. No, like I make sure we want to be friends. So my list is very targeted because of that. It's also like mostly all HempWorx affiliates too. So there's that. All right, next, business cards and your LLC. So yeah, we're in business. If you haven't heard of setting up your LLC, or if your upline hasn't told you yet, we're going to talk about that because this is a real business. We've talked about that, right? So you need to plan as if it's a real business. You need to get your banking in order. You got to get your LLCs in order. You got to get your trademarks. If you have trademarks, if you need them, you got to make sure your domains are good. You want to make sure your social media handles. Okay, mine's official Jenna Z. In some other places, it's just Jenna Z. So you want to make sure your brand is all congruent with your business name. You want to make sure you have business cards. If you don't have business cards, then you need to get some business cards. But you need to think of your business name first before you get your business cards, or your domain name first. Now, some of you guys are like, well, HempWorx gives me a domain name. Yes, they do. HempWorx.com/ your username, but that gets a little messy. My suggestion is to always own your own domain name, okay? I own a domain name, cbdauthority.com. I bought so many CBD names before CBD was popular, and I just rotate. I rotate them all in and out, or I direct them to different family members in my house. Not in my house, but like my parents and whoever's an affiliate now. So we're going to talk about that business setup, okay? I'm listening to you guys, or I'm reading your comments now. Natasha's like, I'm on cruises all the time. I need to be able to build while on the ship. Oh, that's so easy, because literally you're on vacation. What do you do for a living? I go on vacation for a living. Really? How do you do that? Well, I'm in the cannabis industry, so when I'm on vacation, I tell people about my cannabis business, and they go home and they order it for themselves, and then I go and book my next trip. Like, just keep it so simple. Like, that's how I talk to people. I'm like so to the point. I don't even mess with trying to sound cooler than I am. I just straight to the point. Like, this is what I do. I don't know. My nanny yesterday was asking me, what am I going to do in this mentorship class? She's curious. And I'm like, well, basically, I'm kind of like a therapist in a way. Like, I'm going to diagnose people with their problems and figure out why they can't succeed. I'm going to get in their head, and I'm going to ask them what their biggest fears and their weaknesses are. And if I can get those out of them, if they can tell me what their fears and their weaknesses are, we can start with that. And then I can figure out where their roadblocks are. I help them remove their roadblocks, and then they can succeed at anything they do in life, whether it's my business or not. She was like, oh, okay. So I'm just to the point. I don't care. I'm just like, yeah, it might sound crazy, but that's what I did. We're going to talk about CBD basics. We're going to talk about sprays. We're going to talk about full spectrum isolate, the HempWorx difference. So that'll be in a little bit. I've already done a couple of these videos before, but I'm going to keep this class is going to be simplified, like way more simplified than any other training. It's going to be straight to the point. I'm going to cut out the fluff. It's going to just be straight talk. I'm telling you everything you need to know, period. That's it. No like professional lighting. Like, this is not going to be professional videos. They're not going to be on YouTube. They're going to be in this group, and take it for what it is. I don't have a backdrop like some people got backdrops. No, I don't have time for that. Next is we're going to use the tools. I mentioned that already. How many of you guys are using the actual presentation? Do you know we have a presentation? It took us a while to get one. I was like, Josh, we need a presentation, like bad. So we finally mapped one out. We have slides, which they play these at the roadshow. If you've ever been to a roadshow event, if you haven't been to one, you should get on to one. You should go to one, because you will see the whole culture of the business by going to one of these, and you'll get to see the heart of the business by going to one of these, and you'll get like super educated in one day. So that's that. If you haven't been to one, get to one. But we do have a presentation. There's a presentation video that's on the MDC fan page. So if you didn't know where it was, it's there. It's also in the back office under training. It's also in the HempWorx marketing group as well. So there's that. Use the presentation. Oh, it's also on the tour page. So after somebody opts in on your website, tell them to watch the video, because that's the presentation. That saves you like so much explaining right there. Like, don't explain your business ever. Just make them opt in and watch the video, and just don't even talk to them until they watch the video. Like, did you watch the video? No, but how do I set up my watch the video? That's how don't talk to me until you watch the video. Watch the presentation. People ask me basic questions, and I'm like, we covered that on page 4 of the presentation. Don't ask me that question until you watch the video. All right, so now you guys know to watch the video. Okay. How to use your capture pages. I use 3 capture pages. I don't use the rest. It's cool if you want to pick and choose which ones. I'm going to tell you which ones I use. I use the sample funnel. I use the HempWorx.com for customers, and then I use the BizOp page for just having people opt in. I also I use 4. I lied. I use the MDC lifestyle page too. I think I think jennazwagil.com goes there. I don't actually remember. But I use that page. So that's helpful. I've been using that one since 2014 or whenever it came out. And it doesn't say anything about the business. It doesn't say anything about anything. It just says live your dream lifestyle, opt in. Like, it says nothing. So if I'm talking to somebody and it's like real quick, I'll just say, go here, opt in, watch the video. And then text me when you're done. And that's it. And then they usually do it. And if they don't do it, then I ignore them for all eternity until they do it. All right, number 8. I have a list of things here. Okay. Daily life, we're going to talk about what it means to be an entrepreneur, how to expose people to your business on a daily basis, the art of follow-up or the lack of follow-up sometimes is helpful. I don't follow up that much. I'm going to be honest with that. I mean to, but I don't. Because here's my opinion. If you are here for your business, then you should follow up with me. I'll be here to help you, but I'm not chasing you to build your business. Like, if you want to build your business, you got to come to work. I'm not going to go look for you to make you come to work. Like, I'm not your mom. I'm not trying to get you to go to school in the morning. Like, that's not my job. If you want to come to school, then you go to school. That's how I look at it. I don't know. It works. We're going to talk about the art of conversation. Don't chase people, be chased. That's kind of my follow-up strategy as well. I imagine it's kind of like women and men, when you're dating, you can kind of understand how this works. You play hard to get, right? It works. Josh and I still play hard to get with each other. You don't even know. Like, he wanted to buy he bought an R8. He bought this stupid car like a week and a half after the baby was born. It's a 2-seater. I'm never going to get in that car because I'm not going anywhere without my baby. And he's like, can I buy this car? I'm like, I don't care. Live your best life. Do whatever you want. Have fun. I'm not going to tell you what not to buy. I'm not that kind of wife. I just like let people do whatever they want. I let my husband do whatever. I'm like, sure, whatever you want to do. That's great. And then it messes with him later. And he's like, was that the best choice? like reverse psychology is hitting me hard. He's like, maybe that wasn't a good idea. I don't know. So when it comes to like recruiting people, same thing. I'm the same way. I'm like, do you want to do this or not? Do you want to succeed in this business or not? And they're like, yeah, but I don't know anyone, or I just don't think. I'm like, oh, that sucks. That's your reality then. I guess you've made up your mind. And then they're like, wait, no, aren't you going to convince me? I'm like, no, I'm not. So don't chase people. Listen to their excuses and then say, wow, that's unfortunate that that's what you believe. And then watch them come back and chase you. It messes with them. It works every time. We're going to talk about compliance a little bit. I don't like compliance, but I do like to be compliant. So we're going to have to talk about it at some point. What not to say and how to say what you can say. That's what compliance is, basically. Behaving ourselves. Yes. The compliance department was really created for me, I think, personally. And then it just spread out to you guys. So I'm learning still. Every time I post something, compliance talks to me about it. You're not alone. They're after me too. So we're in this together. Okay. We're going to talk about team building. Get your people in the MDC groups, okay? When you first start to get a little team going, if either create your own group or put them in the MDC group. So many people join in and they don't put them in the Facebook groups. And if you're signing people up that don't have Facebook, just tell them to get a Facebook, because it's going to be hard in this business with no Facebook. Just saying. What else? Oh, and I'm going to talk about my method of team building. I have a very unique method. I give referrals away. Now, some people say not to do that. I do. I force people into leadership, whether they want to or not. I give them my referrals, and then they have a team, and then they don't know what to do with it. I'm like, all right, now we're going to learn how to team build. So we're going to do that. Leadership and personal development. Leadership is important. My son's going to a leadership course this summer, military leadership. He's not looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. He's going to learn so many great things. You guys are going to learn some great things about leadership too. Mindset, my book list, and that's the last thing. So my book list, I have a list of 10 books that I make everybody read. You don't have to read them all at once. You just have to read them eventually. And what I've found is, this is, to be honest, I don't know if this makes me a real mentor or not. I don't know. I feel like I'm cheating a little bit, but whatever. I tell people to read these 10 books, and they're in order. And if you read these 10 books, then you leave after reading those 10 books and you have the same mindset that I do. It fixes your whole brain. Like, you understand money and the law of attraction. You understand your health and what you've attracted. You understand that your personality is not really who you are. It's just a residual effect of your past behaviors, and you can change it anytime. You realize that you can reinvent yourself, even if it's just been only 15 minutes ago. You don't have to be the same person you were 30 seconds ago. You realize that the past doesn't exist. It's just a memory. You realize that the future is what you're creating right now. So when you read all these books, you learn all the things that I know, and then I don't have to teach you anything because you've already learned them through reading all the books. That's why I make you read books. Ta-da, it's easy. The reason it works is because that's how I learned. There was a period of time where I didn't have parents. Okay, I didn't have parents. I didn't have an upline. My upline got terminated for being stupid. An NPC. Josh kind of was my upline, but also was running corporate. So, that was kind of hard. So I read a lot of books, and I fixed myself. I got over my own drama because I read a lot of books. I'll tell you what, though, you have to be motivated to change yourself. Most people are comfortable. They're not motivated to change themselves. If you're motivated to change yourselves, then you can do a whole lot of good. My motivation was love. I fell in love with Josh, and he made me want to change myself. And that became my ultimate success story, was learning how to love people. Learning how to love people helped me build my network marketing business. And I hope that's what you guys learn out of all of this too. So I'm going to answer some of your questions real quick. If you guys have questions, and then I'm going to hop off of here. Are you limiting the number of people in this group? No, anybody can get in here. And as I see you guys interact and comment and whatever, I'm going to start remembering who you are. Like, I've got a really good memory, and I will be talking to you guys individually. And as I see potential pop up, you see, here's the thing, like, most people are going to talk themselves out of it. So I don't have to worry about too many people being in a group. Most of you are going to weed yourselves out, just the way it works. Most of you are going to just adopt an excuse and be done with it. So I don't have to do anything. You just weed yourself out. The people that stay, the people that want to do this for reals, the people that really, really believe that they have a shot, that stay, that are engaged, they do all the stuff that I'm suggesting, I'll reach out to you guys and I'll work with you. And we'll do some calls. And we can do a live mentorship call. We can do one in this group. I can add you guys on here, and we can have a talk, and we can be like one of those talk shows on TV. I don't watch TV, but we can have our own TV channel. All right, what else question-wise? Orlando, I'm not going to Orlando. I'm going to Baltimore, and I'm going to Vegas. Those are the ones I'm going to. Any other questions for me? Are you going to go in depth about having an LLC? Yes, I am. I'm not going to give you like tax advice or anything like that because I'm not allowed. But I'm going to tell you how to do it. Basically, just go to LegalZoom.com and set it up. It's like $300. That's how you do it. You want to make your commissions go into an LLC bank. So after you set up your LLC, then you can go open up a bank account after you get an EIN, right? So then you set up your banking. We'll talk about that in depth so that your commissions go into there instead of in your personal name. We're going to talk about that. How long will this go on for? I don't know. I don't really have a plan yet. I just feel like I was supposed to write a book like a year and a half ago, and I didn't. So I'm just going to do a lot of videos, and then eventually I'll write a book. So I'm going to just dump all my stuff into these videos so you guys have all the information. All right. Any other questions? Books to start with, Money and the Law of Attraction. Start with that. Think and Grow Rich is a good one, although it's harder to digest than Money and the Law of Attraction. I feel like it's a little boring in the beginning. I'm just being honest. But I know people that read it and then they read it again. Like as soon as they finish reading it, they read it again, like on repeat. So they say that there's magic in the book and that every time you read it, you get something new out of it. So I would start with those two. I'll post my book list as soon as we hang up here. And then you guys can chip away at the book list. All right? Sounds good. I'll see you guys on my next video. And thanks for hopping on. Bye, guys.